I was raised Roman Catholic. I attended both Latin masses and English language masses up until my sophomore year of college, which was very recently. I have also been a homosexual my entire life. I've been attracted to men. I have had exclusively sex with men. All of my relationships have been with men. And I'm very aware of the fact that these homosexual relationships are a sin according to Catholic doctrine. And I'm wondering if you have practical advice for overcoming these things. I'm not interested in whether or not they're sinful.
I mean, are you sincerely...
I'm completely sincere. I mean...
Because I will have a real conversation with you. It's just that there's been a particular tone this evening, you know, so...
I have been very ironic with you and sarcastic, but this is a completely sincere question.
You can understand why I'm asking.
I totally understand. I mean, we could talk in the bathroom if you'd like, but...
Definitely
I'm interested in actual practical applications. I'm not interested in whether or not
quite a short refractory
ethical.
Index from mocking someone to saying you want to have sex with them. All right, look, what the church teaches is not that homosexuality in large part is a cluster of symptoms to early childhood trauma. Whether that trauma is having no male role model to look up to, whether it's the failure to form platonic attachments with, you know, male authority figures, you know, there's a bunch of things that can happen, or sexual assault. You're not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for what you do afterwards and what you do with that. And
but I'm looking for practical advice, day-to-day things.
Sure. Well, then you should. The easiest. The first
Stop
thing.
fucking men. Isn't that like the only thing you can say? I mean, what else can you do?
Easier said than done. as my damp pillows will attest. I think that the first thing. Look, I'm going to assume that you're being serious, and I'm not going to give you any sort of flippant, frivolous kind of day-to-day whatever. I practiced mortification. When I was getting myself out of that, I used hot oil because it's extremely annoying and lasts a really long time, and it kind of like kills any sort of sexual appetite. But the first step before any of that is to figure out why you ended up like this in the first place. Because you weren't born this way, that's sort of 1980s propaganda. There's no gay gene, they would have found it by now. We have mapped the genome, it's not there. Something was done to you, or something was not provided for you. And one or both of those things happened which produced these feelings. And if you want to get right with God, the first step is to find out what it was, because you might not know and you might not remember. The best place to go for that is a therapist who was trained by any of the sort of descendants of the Joseph Nicolosi school. So Joe Nicolosi is kind of like the sort of godfather of, they call it reparative therapy now. And his son is still active, and they still train therapists. And within quite a short space of time, they will help you to find an answer. And there are a variety of therapies that look to the observer extremely funny, that nonetheless do work. And I'll let you discover what some of those are for yourself. But there's a path out if you want it. Almost everybody can reach celibacy if they are sincerely committed to it. And the numbers vary from like 10 to 20% people who successfully manage to enter into a relationship with a woman, have an active sexual life, and have children. Somewhere between 1 in 10 and 1 in 5
I'm sorry,
gay
is
people are able to do that.
celibacy the best case scenario for a homosexual?
For a lot of people, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vosh.